Good response again from Barker, but Gill's putting everything into these last few seconds, and everybody's on their feet. And Barker finishing strongly.
For the winner and new RBF middleweight champion of the world, Darren Barker.
When we just heard them words, we just all erupted. It just seemed unbelievable that all them years of training, all them years of disappointments with injuries that he'd been through, to hear that moment in his life. Also, my life ain't just about me and Darren, it's about Darren's family, my family, the gym. It was about all that one moment, that feeling, you know, it was unbelievable. I feel like I've done a job that I started in the beginning, and I feel like the purpose of the job was winning the world title, which Darren done, and now the purpose of my job is obviously to take him through his defences. As a young trainer starting out, you always have that in your mind that you'd like to take someone from start to finish and become, you know, the champion of the world at the end of it. You know, it's a dream for every trainer to do that. But obviously you've got to have the right fighter to work with as well. And, you know, I don't really think I can put myself up on a pedestal, or I don't think of myself as a top trainer. I'm just doing my job at the end of the day. Coming through with Darren has made it all that much better. It was an emotional feeling, you know. I sort of knew what Darren Barker went through because I've been through it a few years previous. I tragically lost my sister in 2001. When you lose a younger sibling in your family, it's like you're never really the same person ever again. Even though you get on with life, you're never really that same person inside. So I sort of knew where he was coming from. I trained his brother Gary as well as an amateur, so I was quite close to Gary and Darren. So we went through that little bit together as well. And then obviously going on from there, you know, he won Southern Area, Commonwealth, British, European, and to win the world title was, you know, just an unbelievable feeling, an unbelievable moment. My uncle, Jimmy Davis, was a top pro in the 1950s. He was a middleweight, he boxed like Randolph Turpin and all the greats of that time. And he coached me as a youngster. I sort of remembered and took his training methods into my fighters and tried to instill into the brain of the fighter a good boxing technique, you know. And I've watched all them old fighters, Sugar Ray Robinson, Tony Zhao. I've made the fighters watch them as well. I've made them sit down and watch these fighters of the 50s, because I believe that era at that time was probably the greatest era of boxing.
We've gone a full circle now. No one would have blamed Darren if he retired at the top, but he's gone straight back in at the deep end, the Lion's Den, here to Germany. Was that ever a worry coming over here?
Well, obviously, it would have been nice to have defended in England. We knew Felix Stern was the mandatory challenger to the title before we boxed Daniel Gill. And it just so happens that when it comes to talking financial terms, that they was pulling up a lot more money than we could ever dream of pulling up over here. Number one now Darren's world champion, number one priority is obviously defending the title. But obviously, you know, Darren's got to, you know, earn a living now to keep his wife and kids, you know, or his family, you know, and that's priority in his life now.
Now he is champion. Have you approached things differently at all? And I'm talking, you know, more towards the mental side of things.
Not really, because you know, I found that he's got that little bit of more confidence in himself now. We've come here to win. Felix Stern's going to be an hard fight. We're on his own ground. You know, he don't give a lot away on his own ground, but I think that Darren's got the tools to beat him, he's got the style to beat him, he's got the youth and the hunger to beat him, and I think he'll come out victorious.